Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Andrea Ali. I'm a professional makeup artist based in Paris. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about bronzer, explain the application, the colors, the difference between them, and what are my favorite bronzers. Now yeah, that's a quick introduction. Let's get into it. Let's start with the very beginning. What is the bronzer supposed to be doing? I think a lot of people misunderstand bronzer. It is only supposed to warm up your skin, to mimic the color of your skin if you were to sit in the sun. A second thing that it could do, depending on the bronzer, you could also slightly sculpt the skin, like give a little bit of dimension to your face. But that's pretty much it. The bronzer is not going to change your skin tone. So if you're thinking about applying bronzer like all over your face to change your whole skin color, that's not what bronzer is for. Bronzer is also a great product for those of you who have very light neck. Some people just never have color on the neck, most of us. So it's a great product to connect the color of your face with the color of your chest by applying just a little bit on your neck. There are many types of bronzers on the market right now, but I'm mostly going to talk about powder bronzer because I think it's the most common. It's the one that people use it the most. You know, it's the easiest. So in my book, there are two types of bronzers. The one that they're slightly shimmery and the matte ones. When you think about bronzer, what is bronzer supposed to be doing is like giving that warmth, that sun-kissed skin, then I honestly think of something that has a little bit of shimmer. That is much more forgiving in terms of application. It really looks like your face is glowing. So in my book, that's like the real bronzer. The matte bronzer can also be used, of course, to warm up the skin, but that is the bronzer that you use to shape or sculpt your face, because there is a difference between contour and bronzer, and I've been talking about this in another video. I'm going to link it right here, just so you know, if you would like to sculpt the face, let's just say you want to lift your cheeks a little bit, you're not going to use a shimmery bronzer. It just defeats the purpose of the product, because in order to sculpt your face, you need a matte product. A shadow does not have glitter in it. That's the same thing when you're trying to sculpt. Matte bronzers are, you know, the ones that I would contour or shape the face with, and then the shimmery ones are just giving you a beautiful sun-kissed glow. Now let's get into the application, and I'm going to show you two different applications. And for that, I'm going to take two different brushes. They're both from rephr, 18 and number 05. Now I'm going to take this Gucci bronzer. This is in number 3. This bronzer comes with a brush that I typically don't use, but just so you know, it has a brush. I love this bronzer for many reasons. First of all, this is not a matte bronzer. It's slightly, I wouldn't call it shimmery, it just has a glow to it. It's just so beautiful. It's just the perfect amount of shimmer. And I truly love the color as well for my skin tone. I'm going to take it with this 05 brush from rephr. As you can see, I have a pretty small face. So what I love about it is that it's pretty airy, like it's not very dense. It's not a super dense brush, and it's natural bristles. You don't have to use natural bristle brushes, but I tend to love more natural bristle brushes for powder application. The way you want to take your bronzer, just tap it, okay? Don't do this into the pan. That's when you get too much product. That's when the product gets all over. You don't want that, okay? So this is exactly where I've applied it. And now I'm usually pushing it into the bristles. Now I have a big pimple in here. We're gonna just ignore this. I would say that the bronzer that has a shimmer to it, you want to apply it, you know, wherever the sun hits you. So it gives you that sun-kissed skin, that beautiful, healthy glow. So you want to start on top of the cheek. from the cheek down. Like, this is the best way I could explain it. And you could see it immediately gave me such a nice glow. Also a little bit of color. Think about where the sun hits you. So it would always be on top of the bone. So right here, bridge of the nose. That's where usually we get a natural tan. So you also want to apply it on the forehead. And it sort of connects then with the cheek. And of course on the nose. And you could see in comparison with this side where I haven't applied any bronzer, you could see this really nice color. It just looks so natural. There's not much going on because I didn't go into it having like 2 stripes of brown, you know, situation. One thing that I love to do is, like I said earlier, take the bronzer down the neck. The neck is usually much lighter than the chest, and I typically don't like to take my foundation on the neck. I like to spread it as thin as possible on the jawline, and then with the bronzer, get just a very, very thin layer of bronzer right here. With this type of bronzer, you do not want to apply under your cheek, okay? Like I said, this is slightly shimmery, and it's the type of bronzer you want to apply it like on the bone. If you touch your skin, you can feel where your bone is. On top of the bone, that's where the right placement is for you. If you would like to sculpt, then you could use a little bit of bronzer. It would have to be the right shade for your skin tone, and it would have to be matte. And on the other side, I'm going to show you the difference between the matte bronzer where I would apply it and the shimmery one. For the matte bronzer, I will use this number 18 brush from rephr. As you can see, this number 18, it is smaller and a little bit more pointy. So it's just perfect to apply under the cheekbone because that's where you want to apply a matte bronzer if you're looking to sculpt, to shape a little bit your face. This is the matte bronzer that I'm going to use. This is the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, and it's truly matte. Color number 2, it's great because it's not too warm, so I could use this to really shape and sculpt. Again, I don't take a crazy amount of product, and I mostly focus it on the pointiest part, not on the side. And then from the hairline, under the bone, okay, is where I'm applying this product. And then I blend it upwards. It's exactly the opposite as what I was doing with the other bronzer. Okay, then here is the difference. So you could totally see this shadow right here. And then in here, the color is on top of the cheek. And there's a little glow going on right there. Even if I've been using a matte bronzer, I'm still going to apply a little bit on the forehead, on the nose, because if you apply the bronzer only in like one place on your face, it's just going to look weird. It has to make sense. It has to look cohesive. Now you could totally see the difference between this part. It's giving that real sun-kissed skin, when in here it's more like sculpting and shaping. By far, one of my favorite bronzers have been Guerlain. I am a huge Guerlain lover, and I have quite the collection. Also because I'm very proud to say that I have been the makeup artist behind pretty much all their campaigns, especially the campaigns for bronzers in the past 2 years. I know quite a lot about their bronzers and I love them so, so much. I have these three and I will tell you the difference between them. This is the Terracotta Light. It's an iconic product, especially here in France. I've been telling you guys before, if you've watched my videos, that French have a love affair with Guerlain and their bronzers, to the point where they don't even say I'm gonna apply some bronzer. They would say I'm going to apply some terracotta. Like, that's how popular this product is in here. This one in particular is in the color Light. I love this bronzer because it has a very, very subtle shimmer, but like extremely subtle, very mistake proof, because like I said, it will not stain, it will blend beautifully. The next two ones are completely matte. Terracotta bronzing powder in number 1, which is the lightest, and then this is the Terracotta Sun Trio. This is also the lightest, because sometimes I do have a heavy hand and I tend to apply a lot and really dig into the bronzer. So don't think that just because I'm a makeup artist sometimes I don't make mistakes. Of course I do, especially when I'm in a hurry. So I prefer to use this because I know that no matter how much product I would use, it's not gonna look crazy. Okay, I showed a lot of love to this bronzer. It's from Becca in the color Bali Sands. For the same reason why I love the Guerlain, the light ones, no matter how much I apply it, it's just mistake proof. It looks beautiful. This one has a little bit of shimmer in it. I actually have this on all the colors, but Bali Sands has always been like my favorite, as you can see. Sorry, I don't have a new one. This color, it's like nothing I've seen before. A lot of bronzers are either red or too orange. This one, it's just perfect, especially when I don't have a self tan. So this is the type of bronzer that I would use mostly in winter and in those times where I do not have a fake tan or natural tan. I'm going to talk about an iconic one that I don't use as much anymore, and that is the Hoola Bronzer. This is the mini version. Hoola Bronzer, I think people love it just because it's a matte bronzer with a universal color that works with most light to medium skin tones. I think that's where the love for this product also comes with a brush normally, but it's also great to apply it, you know, in your crease. It's a great transition color. You could apply all over your eyelids because it's also a beautiful, really, really beautiful eyeshadow color. You could contour with it. It's super, super versatile. In my opinion, okay, dare I say, if you do not powder the skin before applying this, it will stain the skin. So in my opinion, it's a great product, but if you're a beginner, it does have a lot of pigment and you have to just start slow and build it. I know that maybe some of you won't agree with me, but this is how I feel about Hoola Bronzer. I still love it. Haven't used it lately just because there are so many other brands on the market that I'm excited about. Another cult product that I've used it ever since the very beginning. It's the NARS Laguna Bronzer. It has a little bit of shimmer in it, very, very delicate, subtle, enough to give you that beautiful glow. If you get this product, you're gonna have it for years. Like, there's so much product in here. I don't know if you guys realize this. The same thing goes with the original Hoola Bronzer. Like, if you want to try Hoola Bronzer, if you have always been curious to try it, get the mini one. It's going to be already a lot of product, okay? If you get the original size, you're good for years. Getting back to NARS, Again, the reason why I love it is because it's so versatile. The color is so good. The texture is so good. I personally think that this product blends beautifully. Like, it will not stain your face. You could apply it on top of foundation directly. It will not look weird. Another coat product is the Too Faced chocolate Soleil. This one in particular is the milk chocolate Soleil, and it's the matte version. You guys, this smells so good. It really smells like chocolate, and when you apply it, it's like you're eating chocolate, although you're not gonna be eating this obviously, but it smells so incredibly good. And this color in particular, the reason why I got the milk chocolate again, because I finished my first one, is to have it in the kit for its color. This is great if you have fair or light skin tone. Beautiful. The Chocolate Soleil original version is also an amazing product, but I think that this one in particular, this color, it's wow, like fantastic. Honestly, I absolutely love it. I love the smell, I love the texture, and the colors are fantastic. I want to talk about this bronzer from Makiage. This is mineral baked bronzer in the color Waka Waka. A very special color. As you can see, it has that warm color. It's super hard to find. Like this color in particular, I find it very, very hard to find. And here's how I realized how amazing this is. I often have clients from Middle East, and what I've noticed is that women and people have an olive tone to their skin. And whenever I try things like Laguna or even this bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury, it's just like, it looks weird. So if you have olive undertone and if you're looking for a warm bronzer, something that really looks like you've been sun-kissed and not like you've applied a ton of makeup on your face, try this color. In my opinion, nothing warms up the skin, medium skin tone with olive undertone, the way this guy does. Even myself, honestly, when I apply a certain self-tanners that will emphasize even more my olive undertone, then I have to use this. Then no other bronzer would work for me other than this. You could only find this on their website. I'm gonna put the link in my description box. Okay, this is the only product that's a little bit different than all the others because you've got 4 different colors in here. It's the Dior Backstage Contour palette, and it's true that you can use certain colors in here as contour. I use this color a lot to contour, but the truth is, if you mix them all together, you will get such a beautiful color. These 2 colors right here are matte, but then these 2 colors right here, they have shimmery finish, which I absolutely love. Like I said, if you mix them together, you get fantastic colors, and you could customize it, you know, for yourself. I don't know any makeup artist that does not absolutely love this palette. Last but not least, I'm going to talk about the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. There's nothing like it. This particular product is supposed again to be used by mixing all the colors together, and you will get a super nice satin finish bronzer slash highlighter. This has a little bit more shimmer than everything else that I've talked about, but boy, I love this. I just love this. Till this point, I don't think Hourglass has a better palette than this. I'm obsessed with it. It's so, so good. This is obviously great for fair, light, and light medium skin tone, so it's good for me. But I think that Hourglass now has darker colors than this. I have this in my kit and I use it for so long, and I just started to hit the pan on this one. It will last you a very, very long time. All right, guys, this was my bronzer video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something new. If you have any questions, please leave me in the comments down below. I would love to know what your struggles are with bronzer, and maybe I can help you with that. Tell me one bronzer that has literally changed your life, that color and that texture that is phenomenal for you. Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Follow me on Instagram. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. And I love milk chocolate. Don't ever give me dark chocolate, because I'll look at you with those eyes, you know, like who are you? Milk chocolate forever. Who eats dark chocolate anyway? People who eat healthy, right? Well, I guess I don't eat healthy then.